I'm excited. I don't normally do 2 updates like this in a day, but today requires 2 reports. So here we go, let's get into it. I talked to everyone earlier about how the water level went up today, and it did. It was at about 1,500 all day. What that meant is it pushed a lot of fish in. I'm not just talking like, oh, a few pods here and there. When I say a lot, I'm talking numbers that we have not seen in a couple years. The last 2 years, I would say, have been unseasonably hot through September. That slowed a lot of the fish down, that pushed it off. That meant that even when we did get rain, it wasn't enough to make them move in big numbers. It's been cold this year, like it normally would be in September. We've seen a lot of rain. The rain that we got dropped the water temperature down. And this is the first year where we're seeing that return from the year that they stocked less. Now, I know everyone was kind of going nuts a few years ago when they said that they were going to stock less fish. But what you have to understand is it's appropriate to stock according to the bait fish population. That doesn't mean less fish stocked, less return. There's only so many fish, so many bait fish for the amount of fish stocked. So if the food source isn't there, even if they released double as many fish, that doesn't mean we would see a return of that many fish. The amount of fish that can be sustained in the lake is determinant on a lot of factors, but mainly the bait fish population. So they adjusted accordingly to that and released less fish. What it looks like we're seeing now is, and you can, a lot of people have been saying that this year, these fish are big, they're strong, and they're ready to go. And it looks like we're seeing the numbers of them too. And I really do think that has a lot to do with less competition for food, meaning bigger returns of fish because not as many of them are dying in the lake. Now, back to what that means for the river. I talked to a few people from the DSR today, people I actually trust that I know are on the DSR, and they looked like children on Christmas morning. One guy could barely get the words out for how good today of fishing was, and I can attest to that behind the store too. People that figured out to fish a few feet in front of the bank and not try and cast out in the middle of the river were hooking fish. Now, hard to land the fish. If they got out in the middle of the current, it was really hard to get them in. But when I say we were loaded with fish, they poured in numbers I was not prepared for, and that is going to continue. I don't normally say this. I don't like to get people hyped up if I'm not confident that it can provide. But if you were thinking of getting here, stop thinking, find a way to get here. I don't say that much, but find a way to get here. The river was at 1,500 today. I think it's going to go back down to maybe 750, 800 tomorrow. I hope. If they don't release more water, it doesn't look like it's going to. 750 to 800 is fishable for most people. It might make some people uncomfortable, but that's very fishable conditions. The day after that, Friday, should be back down to about normal. That is going to set us up for an incredible weekend. I think we haven't seen, the run in quite a while, not in the numbers we were used to. It looks like this is the year we've been waiting for. So if you're going to be here this weekend, be prepared. If you were thinking of coming this weekend, make sure you get here. I'm honestly really excited, to a point I haven't been in a while, with just the numbers that I saw come through. So unless they open the dam and it completely blows us off the water, I'm going to give thumbs up, like it's go time. It's here. We're ready for it. Let's get into it.